now. I took the thing off. Fuck.
Oops.
Pets
I'm
you.
so angry.
Pets very gently.
Him to warn you. I was like, ooh, Al's doing a Psychonaut stream? Isn't this the time for Dreener's Crest?
No, I fucked up and I hit the wrong button. And I have just proved my luck with OBS is, like, non-existent. Anyway, you guys have the big chunky bread. You got big slices of cheese. There's a big slice of tomato. There's mayonnaise or mustard or whatever you like that's been slathered on. There are also, like, sides in that, like, you each have an apple and like a baked cookie, like a fresh baked cookie. It's still warm.
I'm hungry now.
Oh, yum.
You bite into it and it kind of crumbles a little bit because that's my favorite type of cookie.
Why are you doing this to us?
And the chocolate chips, like, they stretch. So you guys are all having a very nice lunch.
I just ate. Come on, man.
Oh, by the way, there is lettuce in these sandwiches. When you bite into the sandwich, it crunches and then it oozes because the cheese is a little melty.
Okay,
You're
now
doing this on purpose.
Yeah, now you're doing it on purpose.
You get it all over your mouth, and you have to use a little, like, handkerchief for the edge of your shirt to, like, wipe it off. But, like, as you do that, it gets smeared, and then you lick the deliciousness off of your face.
There's a cat screaming in the background of hunger. Stop this!
Alright, that was on purpose. If you guys want drinks or anything, you're probably gonna have to order them or whatever. So, you guys are all hanging out. Okay, so, who here was, what are you all, like, having an idea as to what you're doing?
For the day?
Yeah, no, like, right now, what were you doing earlier? Like, before lunch?
Before lunch.
Remember, it's mostly just getting, the town and the surrounding area ready for, like, population and construction.
Okay, so I will be honest, but Graham is still a traveling merchant, and since it's been a week, they probably have been mostly going to the nearest town to sell stuff.
No, that's fair. So, Graham, you're out of town, which means you missed this meal.
It's fine, they're used to it.
This is the second fucking time Graham has missed breakfast.
They do not care about food.
But yeah, Graham, you're in another town, you're trying to hawk your shit. You recently managed
So many
to
children
sell,
are buying stuff.
What?
So many children are buying stuff from them.
Yep, so you've managed to sell, bits and bobs, odds and ends. You are currently out of town, but you're gonna be, coming back because, you're having a town meeting later. You got at least, you got, like, a rock hit you in the head, and then when you picked up the rock, the word, like, it glowed, and then the words showed over it.
Ah, yes.
It's like a text, but we call them thunks, because that's the sound they make when they hit you.
Please.
It's
I
completely
feel like
magic.
there's a better system that could be utilized.
Hey, it's a completely magic system.
I'm just imagining,
Fair.
Yeah, man.
I'm just imagining Graham like being like, all right, guess I'm going back, and he's like closing up shop, and he's like going down his checklist, and his checklist of customers is like kid, child, and then like in one line it's like Norm, and then it's child.
I'm a little concerned about how many children Graham is selling cursed items.
Listen,
Don't worry about it. Also,
listen, if you look at Glorps, like literally most of the customers that Graham has had.
Also, Graham uses they them.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
That's what I was gonna say. 2 nuts. First of all, Vamp, I put my hand on your shoulder. I've changed my nickname for you. Second of all, the list is composed of only child and then one single Nor, and next to Nor it's internal child.
Amazing.
Oh, Graham. I mean, Graham's right. But they shouldn't say it.
Also,
late.
Uni,
Hello.
you said there was a better way to tell this person, to tell Grem this. I'm not thinking good. So,
Fair.
what did you mean?
I mean, there just has to be a better way than throwing a rock at people.
It's a magic rock.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
It's
we
a
do have
magic
paper
rock.
airplanes.
You throw the rock, and it seeks out its target. And if you succeed at a dex throw, you can catch it out of the air. And if you fail or you don't know the rock is coming, you get hit in the head.
How would you know the rock is coming?
They had this before the paper airplanes.
Oh, I forgot about the paper airplanes.
No, but think about it. These, like, the thugs came before the loyal paper airplane.
Yeah, this
Could
was
you
before
say
people
then-
made paper. They'd
Could you
enchant
say
a
then-
rock to say their shit, and they throw it at each
This,
other.
this town is
Could
very
you-
strictly on the rock end of rock, paper, scissors wars.
I was gonna say, could you say that paper beats rock then?
Most people switch to paper because it hurts less when it hits you in the head.
I'm
Yes,
walking
but also
away
sometimes
from
you just
this.
gotta use the thunk in order to get the message across.
Yeah, like
When you're
when you're
angry.
really pissed at someone, or it's really important that they show up, you use a rock.
Oh my
They're
god,
not
thugs,
like
the new form
full-size
of
rocks.
hate
They're
mail.
little pebbles. They're little enchanted pebbles, so it hurts a little, but you're not gonna get a concussion.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just giving me the giggles.
Quality world
Great
building,
lore.
everybody.
I'm like, you can use a gemstone if you're rich and don't mind throwing literal wealth away. Most people use a regular ass rock. Anyway, I kind of forgot what I was saying. Anyway, Grem, you've been summoned. You've missed
They're
lunch.
currently going back to town.
Yeah, you're trotting back to town on whatever transportation you're using.
Feet.
All right. Next, who's next? Who wants to go next?
I feel like Petra probably would have been like helping out around town in this time. Just like helping out with like the farm or whatever, and then making sure like the building repairs are still going good, and
Yeah,
just general helping about town stuff.
yeah.
I
I'm
think
gonna
Sava's
say that
doing similar.
Same
you're
with
you're
March.
covered in dirt. You've got a lot of dirt on you because you were helping
Oh,
the
yeah.
fields. Because you had to make sure that like Grandpa dug it, but you had to make sure that you turned all the soil over and put all the materials in it, like leaves and
Yeah.
recycled
I will say-
matter.
I don't think Petra's like ever like done stuff with gardening before, so this is a new experience and she's very excited about it.
You see, you want to take this horse, and you want to put the horse in the field, and you want to wait.
Can't believe this.
All right, so you were a little late coming to get lunch. Your cookie was no longer perfectly warm, but you washed off of your hands and your face, and then you showed up, and you're just like, yeah, food. So now you have food.
Yeah, food promptly devours.
Who's next?
Trying to think of what March would have been doing. I think he still would have been checking in with the skeleton crew at the mountain.
Oh, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of him just like fucking sitting there and occasionally talking.
Yeah, talking with them, but also getting an idea of
They're
I think he would have asked about the lower levels of the dungeon of the mountain.
Yeah, so far, like, you've had some good conversations, because March is the type who likes to stare off into the distance, and it means that everybody can keep moving and talking and doing what they're doing. And on one of their breaks, you had a friend, a skeleton crew buddy, basically sit up against your back, and, like, you didn't look at them, and they didn't look at you, but, like, you were having camaraderie, and they were talking about it, because, this is one of the more adventurous members of the crew who's also not stupid and doesn't want to like re-die. So they're just like they've done a lot of scouting. Aptly, their name is Scout.
I'm writing that down so I remember it.
So
Because guess what, Scout? You and March are friends now.
yeah, Scout is a little a halfling skeleton, which means that they're kind of tiny. They're very svelte. They probably weigh like 5 pounds. But so like if you look and you see them, then it's just like a tiny ass skeleton. But like otherwise, they have they have a really deep voice actually, which I can't do, and they have a really deep voice, and they sound like they've been through shit. And they've been through a lot, and they eat nails for breakfast and tacks for snacks.
Those don't sound very tasty.
They're delicious when you're a skeleton.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so like Scout's been talking to you and been like, the main issue we have is that there's a guard at the base of level 6. We can't go down any further because if we do, it'll eat us because it's a big monster. Also, every time someone goes down there to look at it and it looks back, they freeze and then the monster eats them.
Like it freezes them?
No, we're skeletons. When people look at us,
Oh,
we can't
right.
move.
Right.
So it's kind of basically I'm the only one who's gotten down there, scoped out a target, and gotten out because I have a really high stealth score. I was a rogue in my previous life, but not like the thiefy rogue, more like the type who you call when you need to get something open or your clock's fixed. I was a
locksmith.
tinkerer, and you need a light hand and you need to know how mechanics work, so
Okay. So I guess whenever you freeze, you wouldn't know whether to talk to it or not.
no, it looks at you. You freeze. You cannot physically talk. And then it sees a snack and eats you.
Hmm.
Man.
Kinda fucked up.
Yeah, that's why the skeletons haven't gone in. I went in, I snuck in, I scoped out the target, and then I came back and I said, yep, that thing could definitely kill us all. Let's not go down there. That's why they call me
Golly.
Scout and not Frontman or
What
Stabby.
What if me and my friends went down there?
Do you freeze when something looks at you?
Are you looking at me?
I don't like to be rude, so I've been staring at the floor this whole time.
Oh, you can look. And when Scout looks at March, March is just gonna wiggle his arms.
And then
Aw.
Scout's like, holy shit, you're huge.
Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me that lately.
You feel like a little like squish because like this little skeleton has grabbed your arm and is squinching it a little bit.
Aw.
You are an absolute unit.
Thank you.
I'm just like, I'm jealous because like I'm a very manly halfling skeleton, but I'm not that big. I would love to be huge. Fucking ginormous. That was my dream as a
Bring your
kid, but
milk.
like, you know, sometimes you get limits.
Skeleton completely derails the conversation.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I think I'm gonna go ask my friends if they want to help you with the guard problem.
Oh, that would kick ass, yeah, because, like, once you do that, we can get further down into the mountain, we can help you with shit, and we can get you better levels of, like, rock and material as we're doing. By the way, your next, we got 5 stone blocks all loaded up in your terrible, slightly less terrible now that it's been fixed, wagon, so you can bring that down into town. Just don't, like, look at anybody, until we give you the go ahead. You know what it's like. We'll throw a rock at you.
Okay.
And then he clambers away, gives you a pat on the shoulder, and heads over and it's like, all right, everybody, get out of the fucking way. And you hear the xylophone sound of skeletons, like moving around, and then you hear Carol, the overlord, like frontman, person, yelling, all right, everybody, like, put everything down, make sure everything's okay, and they're like, yes, Carol, and then she's like, all right, everything's out of the way, someone throw the rock, and then a rock gently smacks your shoulder.
Does this rock have a message in it?
Yes, the message is you can move now.
It slurps into his arm. But as March stands up and
it
turns.
slurps into your arm, and you see in big letters in your brain, like a thought being implanted. You can move now.
It's only slightly horrifying.
Hey, he ate the rock.
It just happens. All right.
I despise this so much.
Anyways, yeah, March gets up and turns to go to, and he'll be careful in walking around the skeleton crew and make sure he doesn't knock anyone over.
Yeah.
And go to take the cart back.
Yep. And that's what happened to you. You took the cart back. You took it down the hill, and you got there just in time for Noctis to have like a big. It's a basket, and it's full of the still warm sandwiches, and then there's a platter of cookies, and he waves to you and says, "Hey!
Hi."
It's lunchtime!
March's eyes sparkle.
You've been working hard. Find a place to let that down, and then you can sit, alright? We got all types of sandwiches. What kind do you want?
Yes.
Acceptable. And then, it takes about 10 minutes or so, but you put everything down, and then you find a nice place to sit, and then you get a sandwich and a cookie.
Yay. March just happily slurping all the food into his arm.
Yep, there we go. That's a hungry boy. Alright, who's next?
I think Star, similar to Petra, has just been helping out around the town. Though I think maybe more like construction stuff than in the field.
I think, yeah, that fits. I think Tuto and Real saw you, because, like, they're baby, and they were just like, you're so tiny, but also, like, you're pretty, like, oh my god. That's Tuto, by the way. Real just kind of looked at you shyly. And, Tuto is, like, bouncing around you and says, we have furniture and stuff that needs to go upstairs, but we can't lift it. Can you help us?
They most certainly will help out with the furniture. If it's like the IKEA stuff, they will also help them build it.
Some of it is you need to put it together, and then others of it is just like another carriage came into town, and it was full of like secondhand furniture, like the furniture from their old house, basically. That was in their rooms, and now they've gotten it all into the tailor's shop, but they need to get it up the stairs to the second level.
They will definitely help with that. Yeah.
So that's the main thing, is that you spend the morning helping like move furniture, and occasionally nodding as Tuto says something absolutely incomprehensible to you. And then, like, by the time you're done with this, Real tugs on your arm.
He will, like, turn his attention to them, and just wait patiently.
They tug again. You gotta lean a little.
Yeah, he leans a little.
And they do the thing where they cup their hand, and they talk into his ear, and they say, it's time for lunch.
Yeah, and they'll nod, and
Also,
I suppose...
and Real reaches into their pocket, and they pull out a little, like, a card.
Aww. Is it another Toto Studios card?
Yeah, this is a Charlie, and they hold it out shyly.
That's so cute.
Amazing.
He will take it and pop it into his hat, which is his hammer space, and do a little like bow flourish as a thank you.
Yeah, Real's face does not change, but like you see the pink, like around their head, like it's a shoujo anime thing where you see like pink and flowers around them in the background.
Oh.
Nice.
By the way,
yeah.
Star will give the two of them a piggyback to lunch.
Tuto is very excited about this and basically just like, oh yeah, and jumps on you, and then Real is just like, Alright, like, very quietly climbs on. And, but their grip is stronger than Tuto's, so you get the idea that they've wanted to hug you for this whole time.
Oh,
Aww.
they're both so adorable.
Look, I love the
man.
twins. They're very good. Anyway, and Kami is she's down in the uni. I know I said I'd let you all decide what you're doing, but I really want this to happen. So, is it okay if I like give you a suggestion as to what's happening?
Okay.
Basically, Kami is down in the tailor's office working on something, and if you're okay with it, the child could be there getting their measurements taken.
Okay. Yes, that is a cute idea.
I'm just like, okay. So basically, this morning is like, child, you've been doing whatever. Like, you can describe what you were doing before this, but Kami sought you out. Lavender sought you out and asked you if you could please hold still and be very still, so they could do so she could do some magic. And then she started taking your measurements, and it kind of tickled a little bit. And then she spun you in a big circle, and a little sort of like model of you with like all of its little like the measurements hanging in midair. It's made out of like lavender sparkles, and it looks sort of like a little like 3D model, like just kind of pulls away from your body and stays right there. And she says, "Thank you so much." And then she just kind of floats over some material and she starts making a pattern, like a fabric pattern.
I think they're probably just gonna like sit and watch her because how did you steal their soul?
And she's just like, usually when I ask someone if I can make them some clothing, I'll have them sit for the whole time while I take measurements, but I figured you wouldn't want to sit the whole time as I take measurements and stick pins into you and all that other stuff. It's not so much fun when you're a kid. I know, I've had clothes made. So I just, I took a model off of you, which basically means I looked at the outside of you, I measured the amount, and then I made like, basically a little like, kind of a copy, but it's not. I'm not good at explaining this. I do a lot of things naturally, and she's just talking as she's holding up the fabric. It's bright red. It matches your eyes, and she's like, "Is this a good color, by the way?"
They nod.
All right. And she then she finishes pinning like the base of it, and she says, "I think you need a new shirt, so I think a shirt would be a very good item of clothing." And then she scoots a book over, and she waves a hand, and it flips open like Mage Hand. And if you look in it, there's a bunch of different styles for shirts, and for coats, and for cloaks. And she says, "Pick whichever you like. I'm just getting the base down right now."
The child just ends up like flipping through the book really excitedly. Their tail is flicking back and forth. They're not good at making decisions. They're just enjoying looking.
And like Kami's fine with that. They want the kid to make the decision that they want. So eventually, when Tuto and Real come down, both attached to Star, who comes like bump ba-dump ba-dump down the stairs, Tuto shouts out, "It's lunchtime!" And Real shouts, "It's lunchtime."
God, they're so cute.
And Star is like, "It is in fact lunchtime." And Kami has basically finished the base of the pattern, has pinned everything up, left the 3D model floating in the air. She puts like what kind of looks like a sticky note. It's a little like talisman of paper. It's got like a mark on it. She slaps it onto the 3D thing hovering in air, and it freezes like a stasis charm. And it holds it there. And she's like, "I just had to seal this because I'm hungry." And then when you figure out what you want, let me know and I'll get back to work, alright?
They do a little bounce.
Yeah. Alright, and now it's time for sandwiches, because if there's one thing that I can tell you, it's that Noctis can cook. like you never want him to go out and do dangerous things because he will inevitably get his shit wrecked, but he sure can cook. So all of you head out into the yard, and again, Uni, thank you for being so patient with me. I really want Child to get their clothes.
They deserve it.
They will have style, maybe someday.
By the way, Star will offer to take the child on the piggyback as well if they want it, but only if they want it.
Is there enough room?
Yes. You can stand on Tuto and Rio's backs, and the balance will be difficult but manageable.
Fucking amazing.
Child pile. You guys all head outside.
And walk.
Child pile.
Alright, who's next?
Pile of child.
This got insane.
We've got Grem, Star, Petra. We've got the child. I think we need Nor.
Yeah.
Nor.
Warham's the fuck of is little bastard.
Where is Nor?
Hello? Okay. Hi. Honestly, he'd probably have, like, Grimace does travel a lot, and he does, like, he's up to shit, like, in other places. Gestures at the ring. But, he probably did get tonked with a rock.
Yeah, a rock just kind of smacka him in the head. And it says...
Oh, it's a thunk. I haven't seen one of these.
This is a Nor dies.
But actually, for fun, I'm gonna roll a dex save with disadvantage.
Yeah, I want to see how bad this goes.
God, this is how Nor died. Oh, that's a -2. Nor
I'm gonna
dead.
say, what is your AC?
His AC is 6. But actually,
Nor ate shit.
I just remember that his ring is active, so the disadvantage and advantage be a 12, not a -2.
But also consider the hilarity of the -2 vamp. Maybe it didn't activate until after this.
Yeah, like I'd imagine that he's not wearing the ring right now.
No, he always wears the ring. He actually likes how it looks.
Yeah, but I'm just imagining that like he sold the ring to the other dude, but like didn't wear his own ring at the time, so that like he
the
could
other
sucker
person
him.
did not wear the ring.
Yeah, it took a little bit because I want to keep that roll right there. It's so good. Basically, you take 3 points of damage.
Bunk.
It gets you like right in the back of the neck where the neck meets the skull.
Oh,
Nor is dead.
Oh, ow!
You fall to the ground like you're in the mud, and then you lift your head up and you see the message. It's like a little smiley message in like pretty flowing script, and it says town meeting.
He picks up the rock and kind of like holds it up there above his head like he's about to throw it somewhere else.
The rock is just a rock now.
He's just like
he just throws it, but like ends up doing the bad throw where it just slips out of his hand too early and hits him on the head again.
Yeah.
You throw it, but it hits the side of a building next to you and bonks you. Like it bounces and it hits you in the nose.
God, and he's just hands, and he's just gonna walk towards streamers.
You also arrive around lunchtime, but like after everyone's out there and they've all got their sandwiches and they're all noshing, but like people who see you approaching, they're waving, they're like, Nor, hey, what's up? And then Grem also has arrived in town around when you did, and Grem people are like, hey, what's up? Yeah, and they're all like, they're having a good time. There's only like 10 people in this town, okay? Everybody knows each other.
Just vibing.
Lord.
So you all come down. there are sandwiches, and everyone is meeting. And Tia eventually steps up onto the fountain side, and she has a little teacup and a little like a spoon, and she gently goes tink 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 to get everyone's attention. And she's like, hello.
She has our attention.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for working so hard on our town. And now that you have put in work, we want to work for you, if that makes sense. Pretend that this is eloquent and well-spoken. Because, like, I'm like, I have a lot of very nice, very put-together characters. I'm not that person. I'm nice.
That's fair.
I'm not put together.
Handshake.
But, so now we want to see what now we want to help work for you, which means that we need to take everybody's advisement as into what you want to do next, what you want to build next, what you want to see happen next. Just raise your hand if you have any concerns or ideas.
March is gonna raise his hand.
Tia calls. Like, yes, March?
Well, I was thinking of helping the skeleton crew more so they're able to get more supplies. And he's gonna relay the information that Scout had told him about the guard on the below the fifth level.
6th floor, yeah.
6th floor,
Graham is looking.
Yeah, and Tia goes, that's a very dangerous assignment, so we would want everyone in the away team to agree on this. We're going to need a majority vote to see if you guys want to go trawling.
Petra immediately raises her hand.
Yeah, Stars follows pretty fast after.
March is gonna give me his hand up as well.
I'm gonna be real. Child was not paying attention, but they see everyone else raising their hand and decide to also.
Child, no.
And
people do.
Tia, like, you see that everyone else raises their hand, and then Child raises their hand, and you see Tia's face go from like, oh, this is fine, to worry. And she's like, that certainly is a majority vote. Sweetie, are you sure you want to go on a dangerous trip into the mountain?
Their eyes brighten up, and they like do the thing where they like stretch their body to get the hand up even higher.
Aww.
And Tia goes, all right, it looks like we have an all-team agreement that you all want to go down further into the mountain to do some grouped engineering, which should work just fine, actually. Is there anything else on our agenda that you would like to address before we start making plans?
Petra's doing a thinking pose.
Yeah, everybody is like you all take a second to think as I pull up my Google sheet.
March just said his thing, so he's good.
Yeah, March, you can have another sandwich.
Slurp.
Slurp. Consume.
Immediately consume. They're very good sandwiches.
There is no more sandwiches.
Nope.
The sandwich has
he-
disappeared.
However, he is keeping the box that the food was made in because he likes those. The box looks very pretty.
Aw.
Yep. Basically, you want to get those back to Noctis, and he will clean them and then use them to pack you a lunch, which will have the same function as a healing potion.
Oh.
So, you each get like one healing potion that will heal you for half of your hit points. And it's a boxed lunch.
Nice.
God, yes, good.
Nice.
And they're the fancy Ghibli / Japanese packed character bentos.
Oh, that's real good.
That's so cute.
Because I fucking love
Oh.
them. And also,
Yee.
Noctis needs to do something, man. So, and then Auntie is just like, okay, so we have currently rebuilt the tailor's office. We've got one more building that could be rebuilt. I'm thinking that we will make it into the post office. Because it'll be nice to not have to send thunks out, you know? It'll be nice to have, like, paper letters that don't hurt when they tell you information.
Yes, please.
The child raises their hand again.
She says, yes?
They clap their hands together and it makes like horse hoofbeat noises. They're trying to ask if that means there will be more horses.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't know if a horse will run the post office, but we will need a horse to get the post from one area to another.
They smile big and continue. They've been like picking apart their sandwich and eating it piece by piece. They go back to their tomato slices.
I think like Petra raises a hand because what the child suggested gave her an idea of something else they could build.
Yeah, yes, Petra?
Well, if we're gonna be having like horses and stuff like from people visiting and or moving into the town, then would it make sense if we built like stables?
No, that would work. Actually, I have an idea. I have an old friend, and he didn't specialize in horses necessarily, but he did specialize in animal care. So I think I can call them to be our new stable master. If we build some stables, and we would need more housing though. Okay, so
Petra nods.
On our list of things to build, post office, housing, and stables. And you see she's writing these things down. Alright, does anybody else have any requests or ideas?
Nope.
Very quietly, nope. Tuto, Real raises their hand. Yes, yes, sweetheart? And Real says, slide.
Aww.
Swings.
Aww.
And Tuto then goes, yeah, we were talking about this. Can we have some play material? Like a thing we could play on outside?
Child points at the fountain like, didn't you notice? It's right there.
You can't slide down a fountain. You can't swing on a fountain.
Like,
Have you never been on a swing?
Points at Mars.
child makes a face and again gestures at the fountain. What do you need?
And Tuto
Oh, they
looks
don't
like
know.
Tuto
They
looks
don't
like
know
they've
the
been shot.
joys.
You've never been on a swing?
Oh, this poor child.
Oh god.
Tuto rushes over, and Real just kind of trots behind him very quietly. And Tuto then takes both of Child's hands in their own after Child has slurped down their tomatoes, and then says, "We gotta make a swing right now." And like Tuto's nose is like an inch away from Child's.
Child like they look at the rest of the group and shake their heads like they're doing a thing. They can't do two things.
All right. Hey. So who here has experience in building things? Who also doesn't have anything to do right now? And then fucking Tio comes out of the building and says, "Well, here's the grilled footballs."
March is making grabby hands for the footballs.
Oh my fucking god.
By the way, a football is not like a sports thing here. It's a fruit.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Sure.
so disappointed.
But you can't play sports
March
with
legit
it.
thought he was getting a grilled football.
No, it's a fruit, but it's really like you can play sports with them, and they are shaped like a football. But when you like cut them open, they have like the texture on the inside of like dragon fruit or something.
Quality world building, nice.
Basically, they're really tasty, but you can also play sports with them.
Nice.
I'm just imagining like a cross between a coconut and a dragon fruit.
It is,
Nice.
but the outside of it looks exactly like an American football.
Very good.
Amazing.
You cannot eat them raw. You have to grill them first. You have to cook them.
Can't eat them raw. Watch him.
And then he's just like, "Oh, hey, what's with the kids? Oh, you guys look kind of upset." And Tuto goes, "Child, this kid has never been on a swing." And you see, it looks like Tio's been shot. Like physically, he stumbles backward.
How does he need to look
Grips his
concerned? Like, did they mess up? Did they do bad?
And Tio comes around, and he gently, like, he doesn't even have to kneel. He's about the same height as Child, and he says, "You've been gravely disappointed in your life, young one."
What?
Oh my.
And we're going to
Their
fix
ears
that
too.
right now. And he pulls out like a long length of like really thick rope, and also like a board, like a thick wooden board, and then says, "Let's go find a fucking tree."
March leads over to Petra and is just, what is happening right now?
Petra leans back over and is just, I have no idea.
Basically, the kids and Grandpa and also Child, it takes about 20 minutes, but they all head out to the biggest tree in town, which is very large, and it's just to the left of the town hall in this square right here. So I'm going to make that square red. There we go.
Read.
And Grandpa then, with like a big toss and a flourish and a throw, and then like some hammering, and then like a cat making a horrible sound, there is a swing hanging from the tree.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, and then Tuto goes, "This is how you use it," and she climbs into the swing, and then starts swinging back and forth, pumping her legs, and she goes up and down, and she's like, "It's like flying!" And then finally, when she's reached a decent enough height, she lets go and launches herself out of it so that she can land with like a perfect 4-point landing with her arms out.
Nice.
I knew
Petra
kids who could
applauds.
do that, but I always broke my ankles when I tried.
Yeah, I was never good at that. But yeah, Child is just like watching with the big eyes and the twitchy tail and like, oh.
And Rio goes, "It's your turn now.
They,
If you
want.
You don't have to. I'm sorry if I'm being a little pushy."
Oh, baby.
Also, it's nice to meet you. My name is Rio, and I think you're neat.
Child pulls out the Larry card that they were given and sort of, they're not sure how to say it, but they hold it up and bounce a little, and they're trying to say thank you, but don't know how.
Yeah, you can keep that. I figured if you wanted to be friends, you would keep it, and we could be friends.
They look uncertain for a moment and then put it back in their pocket and
Real,
nod
like,
a little
you
bit.
just kind of like, you see them like, usually they're kind of like hunched in, but they shift up a little bit. Like, oh, you're keeping it. And they reach out a hand and they're just like, "Want to swing?"
I would die for this child.
Also die for this child.
Same.
The kid very hesitantly takes the hand and nods again.
And Real just kind of trot over to the swing, climbs up on it, and tries to help the child also get onto it. So they're both fucking sandwiched in this seat. It's okay. It's a pretty big seat. And then Real goes, "And you gotta pump your legs."
They do the swing.
Yeah, and these two children swing together for about like 20 minutes. And Tuto is just over with Grandpa like, "Thank you so much. Can you build a slide?"
Shaking those by the shoulders, a slide!
"We can make the sandbox ourselves, but we need a slide."
Fucking amazing.
And then like after everything's done, and then like all of them come back, Real looks like very very happy and is just kind of like walking, and they have not let go of the child's hand.
Trial does not let go of Riel's hand either.
Oh.
Nice, nice, nice.
And Tuto is just like, alright, we're making a slide, but we need metal, which means you gotta go kick the ass of that monster.
Okay.
Petra just goes, hell yeah!
Now we have true reason to go through with this.
Exactly. And Tuto goes over to Petra and says, you'll get us metal, right?
Petra nods seriously, as if this is the most serious thing she's ever promised to do.
It is.
Tuto then hugs Petra and just like squeezes, and it's just like, yes! And then you can come home and show us how you beat up the monster.
Oh, you know it. And Petra's giving like Tuto a little pat.
Yeah,
With the
basically
biggest
Tuto
grin.
has big energy.
Big energy.
Yeah, and it's just like,
Big energy.
also I can hit things with your axe.
Oh, I love this.
So all of you have made an agreement. You're all willing to go down to the mountain, and you're all gonna kick some ass. And your reward for this session is that if you beat this boss and you don't die,
We get a slide.
You get a slide.
you get medal for slide. You get and then specifically you'll be able to build the post office, and once the post office is built, then we will be able to contact the person that we want to build the stables.
Hey, ow. Quick thing concerning the boss, because I know Scout didn't. I'm writing the names of the skeletons, by the way, because I want to remember them all.
Good, yes, good.
March would have asked for like, because obviously Scout had to have seen the thing, so he would have asked for physical description and whatnot, and shared it with and whatever Scout could give him, he would have shared it with everyone on the team.
Okay. I'm trying to think right now. So. All right. Basically, I have an idea about what I want the monster to be, but I need to pull up the sheet I made. Well, not the sheet that I made, the sheet that Roll20 made.
Mm.
So that I can describe better. Star is on the swing now.
Nice.
Basically, everyone has moved from the middle of town over to the swing.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but I did want to mention it.
No,
Yeah.
it's very good.
Petra's getting on her armor while they're all discussing this sort of stuff. Because, oh boy, danger time.
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
Alright, let's take a look. So, alright, so you guys are all level 4 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so, let's go with...
I hope you guys know that the moment like fighting was discussed, like once they're out of like the town hall, Dora probably like puts a hand to his chest and is just like, fighting with my delicate constitution? No, I'm going to leave it to you guys. I'll hang around and be emotional support too.
March picks up Nor and carries him.
You're coming with us, fire boy.
Alright, yep, alright, so, I got the monster, and basically, he's described that it's a large, it's a big monster that's like, it's got 2 heads, and, it looks like a person, but it has 2 heads, and it's huge. And when one of the heads is like asleep, the other one is awake, which makes it impossible for a skeleton who isn't very stealthy to get past it. Or even get close to it, because there's always one that has its eyes out looking.
Dang.
Which is why it's a main issue. If it ever had moments when it was, like, you know, asleep, then it would, like, the skeletons could get through there, but only one head sleeps at a given time.
Should we try talking to it?
Yeah, actually, Nor would agree with that. Just like, do we even have to kill it? It might just be minding its own business. If it's been there longer than the skeletons, then technically we're the intruders here.
You
March,
can.
you said these things were like eating the skeletons, though,
Yeah,
right?
they've straight up been eating the skeletons because the skeleton has described that, like, this thing has like really hard skin. Like, it's not wearing any clothes. It just has really hard skin, and you get the idea that that skin is made out of bone because they eat the skeletons and then they redistribute the calcium and all the other shit.
Oh,
and it
that's
gives
terrifying.
them really tough armor.
Okay.
Hmm.
Terrifying. Thanks.
That's fun.
So yes, you can try talking to this guy. I'm not gonna fucking say you can't. I'm just gonna let you know the reason why it's been eating skeletons is because it makes it stronger.
I think like the thing is, Nor would still be like, we have to at least try, right?
Yeah.
We can try, but also the moment it starts swinging, I will bash its face in.
Except
Starts
As
punching
you
his
should.
hand like a affirmative what Petra's saying.
Should we all try talking to it, or just one of us?
I'm not good at words.
March looks at Nor, who he is still carrying. You're good at words.
Nor is just like, there's like, everyone's like, oh, who should talk? Like, which one of us is best at talking? Then he's just like, why is everyone looking at me?
You're really good at talking.
Also,
No,
you're
no.
the one who suggested this.
Well, it could just be cranky. I mean, who hasn't had the urge to kill someone when they're mad?
I'm not gonna let you get hurt, Fireboy.
Ugh.
I mean, you could let him get hurt. Like, a little bit.
Well, I
The
could.
child's like,
But also-
raises their hands like, okay, and they put their hand on their chest as if to say, I will talk to the creature.
No!
Tuja's like, are you sure? Because you haven't really said much.
Nor is just
The child smiles big and shows off all their pointy teeth.
Nor is just doing there, like looking at the child and then just looking at the other side. Well, here we go. The child volunteered.
Just
Are
the
you really
most
going to
deadpan
let him
look.
shy?
This
Well-
this isn't gonna work at all. But can I roll intimidation on Nor?
I
While
would
you're
like to as well.
yes, you can.
March isn't gonna. He's just gonna look at everyone and be like, "So everyone in favor of Nor talking to the monster, say aye."
Hi.
Real
Just
then,
giving you a look, but
comes
I've
up.
expected it.
Real then Real sits up and then raises their tiny hand, the one that they're not holding the child's hand, and says, I'll talk to the monster.
Yeah, you hear the children. I'm sorry. To everyone.
Nor.
Petra rolled a 0 in intimidation, and Star rolled a 2. So he's just blowing them both a kiss.
And Tuto goes over to Petra and says, if I can have your axe, I can punch the monster with it.
No, look. This is no. No.
You know
I
what?
really
You know
want to
what?
hit it with the axe.
You know what? March still has Nor in over his shoulder, so he's just gonna start walking towards the mountain.
Graham follows.
Group project! And Tuto starts following.
No. You're staying here, buddy.
Petra, please! I want to fight the monster!
No.
Starts picking them up and putting them back down, like, next to Tia, and Tia is like, no, you're not.
Kami comes out and, like, her mouth is like she's holding a bunch of sewing pins in her mouth, and she's like, I heard Tuto yelling, what's going on?
The
Petra
kid
just,
wants
like-
to go in the mountain.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Who
No!
says that?
You're not going
Petra-
on adventures until you're at least my age! And Real's just like, oh, we gotta talk to the monster.
March is still walking with Nor.
We'll take care of this. Don't worry, kids.
I think
Just
Petra
hang
is
there.
gonna let Connie deal with the kids, and she's actually gonna walk over to the child.
Mhm.
All right, kiddo, you want a piggyback ride?
They brighten up and bounce. Like they are slightly taller than her, but also she's
Mhm.
strong.
Yeah,
Child
yeah,
deserves all the piggyback rides.
yeah. Petra crouches down like
everyone who
slightly
is
so the
smaller
child
than
can.
the child is offering the child a piggyback ride, and they're
Listen,
digging
she's
it.
only smaller by like a little bit. It's fine.
It's fine.
Either way, Petra's crouching down slightly so the child can climb on.
Kami then has Tuto and Real in her arms, and she's just like, okay, alright, we're going inside now. And they're just like wriggling. No, we gotta help with the monster. Hey, I wanted to punch it! And this is still going on until you hear the door close and lock.
Child is waving at goodbye at them and leave.
The children wave and they're like, we'll help you next time! Think of the Cutie Mark Crusaders, but if two of them did not give a shit about life or death.
God.
Amazing.
Why do you mean only two of them?
God, all three of them. Do not let them go on solo adventures.
See, this is partially why Petra's offering the piggyback ride, because to protect
Keep an eye
child.
on the child.
Protect child.
Smart choice.
Alright, so now that we've got everybody all ready and Nor is being forcefully taken to the mountain, we're gonna skip. So basically, Scout is with you guys, but in the way that like he's hiding behind things, so that you can't fucking see him because he's very good at hiding, and he's giving you guys like directions and just like, once you guys get down to floor 6, I can't help you because if you talk to me, he'll see what direction that you're aiming in, and then he'll eat me, and that's bad.
Okay.
But I will get you guys down there. Watch out for that. That's a pressure pad for saliva trap.
March very carefully avoids saliva traps.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, as soon as it's pointed out, Petra avoids it like the plague.
Oh
Yeah.
god, yeah. So keep carrying Nor, March. Keep carrying him.
Yeah.
Basically, it takes you about half as long to get down to level 6 because you've got a guide with you. And then you finally get down there, and your guide says, I have to go now. Here you go. The green man told me to give these to you. And then he gives each of you a boxed lunch.
Thank you.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
These are single use and only replenish half of your hit points, so.
Okay.
However, you can trade or transfer lunches.
Nice.
Thank you, Scout.
You're welcome. I'm gonna head out. If you're not dead, he gives you a rock. Just throw this and it'll find us.
Okay.
Cool. Our very own Thunk.
Yeah, I love the fact that thunks have been created and they're also now very useful.
You did this.
This
You
is
did
great.
this.
I'm just like, nobody in this group has message, so I'm just gonna give you rocks.
March is gonna
Rocks.
pocket the thunk. March is gonna pocket the thunk and still carry Nor onward.
So you guys head down, and very quietly, you look around the corner, and you see a positively gargantuan bipedal creature that is covered in like armadillo / reptilian like scales. It looks like an ape type deal, like an orc. Like it's bipedal, it has big teeth, but it's covered in bony plates.
Ugh.
It has 2 heads. One of them is asleep and has a little snot bubble that's like getting larger and smaller as it snores. And the other one is awake and sweeping the corridor with a sort of bored-looking gaze.
March is gonna adjust his hold on Nor so Nor can also look around the corner to see.
I think Nor kind of like goes pale and he's just like in a
You
very.
still want to talk to that thing?
Do you still want to talk to it?
It's surrounded by half-eaten bones and bone powder, and also has like several like weapons that it's just collected. Also, it has a big fucking, just like it has a stalactite that it's broken off from the ceiling. It's huge, and it uses it as a club.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell because there are like bashed up bone bits attached to one end of it.
Okay, that's terrifying.
Oh god.
One for
Oh,
cutting
that's
losses, two for
fun.
talk. Oh, the luck gods have spoken.
You brought this upon yourself.
Listen, before Nora goes to talk to this thing, Petra's gonna cast Sanctuary on Nor.
I'm
Thanks.
I'm debating something. Do you want me to keep carrying you in case it does get violent?
Nor kind of shakes his head, and he actually kind of goes, probably not. Might be best I go alone.
I'm putting what Sanctuary does in the game zone real quick.
Thank
In
you.
that case, March will gently place Nor down. And
Nor
be
has
gentle.
his head in his hands. He doesn't even look like he wants to do it, but for some reason he feels like he has to.
You
His
did this. You
gentle pat on his
suggested
shoulder.
this.
I know, and there is a reason why he suggested it, but oh god, does he not want to?
We need one of these, but for Nora.
Barrier, baby harness. You got Nor, you got this.
Alright, here we go. Who shows?
Also, just because I need to ask right now, Petra, are you still like holding / watching the child?
Yes. Yes.
Like
Okay.
the 9 divines, yes.
Yes.
I'm just checking. Uni. Is the child watched?
For now.
For now.
Acceptable.
I expect as soon as if fighting starts, Petra's gonna gently set child off shoulder and then run to protect ahead, but because if she has to get into the fight, she doesn't want the kid riding on her shoulders.
Okay, so hey Nor, what are you gonna fucking do?
First of all, he's gonna murmur under his breath, I do for that work, and then he's gonna kind of like throw his hands in his pockets and stroll forward.
All right, so immediately you catch the attention of this creature, and the awake head swings over to look at you, and it grasps its bone smasher in both of its big meaty hands, and then it looks at you, and it's like, wait, that's not a skeleton. There's no bones
Yeah,
in
sorry,
that.
buddy boys. Sorry, buddy boy. I don't have the kind of bones you're probably.
And he squints. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Look, and he kind of like lights his arm on fire.
Well, yeah, when there's fire, usually the bones show up. But also, you're standing pretty upright for something without bones in it.
Oh no, I really don't have bones. You probably. I'm not something you should eat. Should I fucking roll deception for this?
Yes.
Oh God.
You're standing pretty upright for something that doesn't have bones.
That's funny, baby.
And this is why we send Nor to talk. Oh, thank God.
All right, so the creature looks at you and squints, considers. Nah, if you had bones, you wouldn't lie to me. I'd be able to smell them, and all I smell is flesh.
God.
Do I smell like flesh? And he does like a big theatrical, like sniffing himself, like smell like fire to me.
You smell kind of like chicken.
Hey, have you ever eaten a chicken?
I mean, I had a chicken once. It was my best friend.
Oh, did I meet him?
No, he died.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
That I ate his bones.
Yes. I've actually been wondering, why do you like food so much? Kinda
Oh,
puts it
they
down.
make me strong, and also there's nothing else to fucking eat down here.
Oh, jeez. What? Out of curiosity, why do you stay down here then if there really is nothing else to eat besides bones?
He moves his leg, and you can see a large iron manacle attached to this monster's leg, going into the wall. And there are runes carved into the metal, so you get the idea that this creature is very strong, but they can't pull this thing out of the wall because it has been enchanted.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna roll a fucking whiz save.
Oh,
Mm,
oh no.
Oh boy. I know why. Don't worry about it.
It's a
Oh.
30. Nora keeps calm.
Okay.
He's calm, but very noticeably, he kind of grits his teeth for a moment, and when he exhales, there's smoke. It's like,
I've been down here
Why-
for, I don't know, I can't count. A while.
just and far. Who even did that? I heard about some witches recently. The ones that died years ago. Was it them?
What's a witch?
And he kind of considers all the races before finally going. Evil spellcaster lady.
Oh no, yeah, we had a bunch of those.
Oh.
I
Mind if I
was
come
actually
to-
one of the people who was trying to run him out of town, but then they were like, "Oh, you're real strong. We're gonna curse you to eat nothing but bones, and also if you ever try to leave, then you're gonna be chained here forever." Oh no! And now I'm stuck here, and I still can't count.
Oh no. Would you mind if I come closer to look at that manacle?
Go ahead, but you better not be hiding any bones in there.
Nah, I'm not. And he just like kind of like strolls then to like get the manacle. And I'll be honest, he is not like he. I'm not gonna roll deception because he's genuinely not feeling nervous or scared right now. He is too distracted by the manacle.
This thing's foot is as tall as you are, Nor.
Yeah, and he's just kind of like. But again, for reasons that I can't say, he is very distracted by the manacle. And he's kind of looking at it like, has anyone else tried to break it?
No, I'm starving all the time, so whenever a skeleton gets desperate and comes in here, it's not like I can be like, "Hey, can you undo this?" I gotta eat them, because otherwise I'll die.
Yeah, that seems like a very rough situation.
And
Sorry if
I've been,
touch-
like, sometimes I even try to resort to eating my own bone armor, but, like, that doesn't work and I get real sick afterwards.
Oh, Nora's very much hoping the others are listening to this, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're listening. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Arch has also been listening, and he has an idea, but he doesn't have.
Nora's just like, mind if I try breaking the manacles then?
I mean, sure, go ahead.
Can he roll a Arcana on the manacles and the runes?
Yes, go, roll some Arcana. I'm gonna say you need a 12 to see what kind of spell it is, and a 15 to break.
Okay, let's go. No!
Call Graham. Graham is good at this.
Yeah, but like, he got away with like saying he doesn't have bones in him, and that's only because
Oh god!
much afraid.
Uni, what the fuck are you rolling for?
Oh no. Uni, no.
Petra, you just noticed the child is sort of trembling a little on
Oh.
her back, but they're fine. They're still there.
Child.
Petra is going to like take a step back and like like look up at the kid like, hey, you okay? You okay?
They just make a little noise in the back of their throat.
It's okay. Petra like is kind of like biting her lip because like, oh, she's not good at the comforting stuff. She tries, but oh, she's not good at it. I think she's just, don't worry, it'll be okay, okay?
Nora's just kind of looking at this and it's just like, You remember anything about when they put the manacle on you? Might help me identify spell in question.
Well, they already had the marks on it. I can't read them. I can't read. The marks were already on the metal, and then I got onto my leg, and now all I can eat is bones.
And he's gonna roll Arcana again with that new information, if that's okay, Al.
Go ahead. Alright, now you
14.
know what the spell is. It's basically a combination spell of keep something here, and also, like, if this, then this. Like, it's a contractual spell, so, like, in order to keep this monster here, the chain has to be on them. And also, this will keep the monster alive for as long as possible, but they cannot escape. Also, they gotta eat bones.
Yeah, that's.
Hey,
Think,
who
like-
wants to do a perception check on Graham?
Oh
Oh
dear.
god.
Only perception because March is
Everyone is having a bad time with this scenario.
Oh boy.
17.
Can I
That's
ask for
great.
insight?
No, because it's physical.
Alright.
So it's perception, right?
Yep.
Okay. Perception.
Whoop. 9.
Well, I mean, that makes sense that everyone says this because, Graham looks a bit different. They look like a slime.
What?
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 Because
Okay.
Graham is a changeling.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Oh my god. It's
So they just turn themselves into something that doesn't have bones.
Grim casts, I have no bones.
Graham casts no bones.
No bones.
It's just in case. Don't worry about it.
March is mildly intrigued.
God.
It's
And
gonna-
Norris just like looking at this, and he's just like very loudly just like, wow, I wish there was someone in this cave who knew better about cursed items than I do.
Oh, what's this? Someone needing my help?
The monster immediately springs up and looks around, and like you see drool fall from its mouth, and then, oh no, it's a slime. Slimes don't have bones.
Oh, hello, would you happen to know much about cursed items or like magic items like these? Perhaps
Why,
magic-
yes, it is in fact my specialty. I believe I could help you at least a little with that.
Do you have any
Is it
bones in
okay?
you?
No, I do not.
That's sad. I'm very hungry. And then the monster goes back to being quiet.
Oh.
Oh, March wants to do something so badly.
March, don't do it just yet.
I'm gonna wait. I will wait.
Okay, so I am rolling Arcana.
Yes, it's Arcana.
Great.
Well,
There
oh
you
my
go.
god, that's a 26.
Alright, you've definitely seen this type of thing before, Grim.
Oh yeah,
and-
they definitely have.
Yeah, and basically it's a pretty standard restraint charm. It's basically it's built to lock in spell like effects like how Tupperware locks in freshness.
Mm-hmm.
And basically if you can get the manacle off, like physically open it, you can immediately it will fall off. The creature will no longer have to eat bones and can leave. But the difficulty in this is actually getting the manacle off or breaking one of the links of the chain. It's a lot easier to try and find the weakest link in the spell chain and break it. That's the easiest way to get this thing off. But if you don't get the manacle off, this creature will still have to live by eating bones. It'll
Does
just be able
Graham
to
say
leave
this?
if you break the chain links.
Does Krem say this?
Oh yeah, they explained this to Nor.
Also,
Not enough that the others can hear though.
Yeah.
Also, this type of chain, chains are limited by, like, the chains that these spells are made by, like, of, or whatever, they're limited by their material. So if it's a type of material that can be easily broken, if you make the chain out of paper, you can tear it. If you make the chain out of wood, you can burn it. If you make the chain out of silver, then that means that it's really good against creatures that have a weakness to silver. This chain is made out of heavy iron.
And would Graham know with that 26 whether or not what kind of method to use against heavy iron?
Heavy iron is metal. What do you do when you want to get rid of metal or basically get it, like, open it?
Oil?
What do you do to metal when you want to break it?
I don't know.
You can eat it a lot, but that will probably burn.
All right, there. That's your
person
answer.
attached.
It's iron, so you gotta get it real hot and either cut it off.
Melt it.
Yeah. Oh no, Nor notices this and just like kind of hisses through his teeth and looks up at the monster and goes, "I can get this manacle off, but it hurts."
I mean, technically, if you heat it up enough, it will expand. Maybe he can slip his foot out before it reaches melting point.
Iron does not
I mean,
usually do that, but that's a good idea.
Here's a question mark that I have to ask you, the DM, for your discretion. Would something like the dirtying effect of prestidigitation count for making something rusty if it were metal?
It depends on if you've got any water on you, because otherwise it would just be like floor dust. It depends on what's around you. In order to make rust on iron, you need water.
The child pulls out the water bottle that was given with their lunchbox.
Acceptable. This will work, but only a little bit. So you get the idea that either it will eat like halfway through the metal if you use rust on it, or it will eat through one chain link. So you can either just free this monster, or you can free this monster and stop it from wanting to eat bones.
I think no matter what, I don't think anyone's going to be letting the child in. So at the moment, the only people who can do anything is Grim and Nor.
Yeah.
Unless the others get called in.
True. The child does have big
Yeah.
horns that make it very clear they have bones.
Exactly. Like, that's why I'm like, please don't let the child, please. As soon as the child comes in, they immediately, this monster will, like, like Fisher Friends, not food, smells blood, big eyes, then goes nuts.
Yeah.
True.
Thankfully, Nor does have a water skin because he is real kind. He's limited to just the stuff he has on him.
Yeah.
And he does have a water skin on him, so he does take that off.
But
he's...
I will say this, the rust thing will take time and many applications of water.
Yeah, like in that case, like, again, he's looking at the water skin and the manacle, and it will take so much longer, and he's just gonna look up at the monster and go, "So I can either burn this manacle off you, like melt it off you, or I can try and get it off through rust. The burning will obviously hurt like a bitch, but it'll be faster. The rust will probably take a while."
I physically can't harm the chain, which is why I haven't been able to do anything. And I can't harm myself. That's apparently in there. I have tried to chew off my own leg before. It has not worked.
Oh, you're saying that if
That's good to know, because that was the child's next idea.
Again, like the monster has said, tried to eat its own bone plates before. I'm just like, it has tried to chew its own leg off to get out.
Good golly.
Alright, so you're saying that if I hurt you while doing this, you'll be obligated or forced to fight me?
I mean, I won't be forced to fight you, because I'm agreeing to it. However, the other guy might not be so nice.
Oh yeah, the other guy is still sleeping, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you
he's
wake him
usually
up?
asleep because he's an asshole.
Ah.
I'm
Ah,
much better at
fuck.
dealing with people. He would just like look at you and I can look at you and say you don't have any bones. You wouldn't lie to me about not having bones, but he would just attack you.
Ah.
Hmm.
No, it's just, and he's just like, would the promise of freedom like convince him any?
Can you please repeat what you just said?
He basically just said, would knowing that Nora can free them like convince them?
It might, but again, physical pain really, really can fuck you up in the head. I guess you'd just have to try it, and we'd have to see.
Oh boy. Oh
Fuck
boy.
around and find out.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this all comes down to the dice gods.
Yeah, and Nora's just looking up at this monster and going, "Out of curiosity, do you have a name?"
I don't remember. That's how long I've been down here. If you would like to give me a name, you can. I'm not like particular to anything or whatever.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking up something real quick. Don't mind me. Everything is fine. I'm looking up language proficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Also, Al, I hope this isn't messing with what you planned too much.
No, it's not. My favorite thing about doing this is that I very much like yeah, you can talk to it, but also you could fuck up. Anybody who's been in one of my campaigns knows that I love when people are like, hey, can we talk to this thing?
Yeah.
I'm frightened of how this is
I am
gonna
also
go.
frightened.
What
We're
about-
all frightened.
What about race?
And the monster tilts its head and goes, I have no idea what that means. Sounds alright. Again, I am not completely partial to things, so whatever you say, man.
Yeah, I'll call you that until you find a name that you like better. Then and he
Yeah.
and he kind of like focuses on the medical again. And if anyone around knows Ignan, like primordial Ignan, he basically named this like thing Release.
Aww.
Alright,
Oh,
now
that's
go
nice,
ahead
huh?
and burn the thing. Just burn the thing.
Okay, do I have to roll something for this all?
I would have to say this would be like luck, or like it would probably be dexterity in that you would be trying to burn the thing without burning the monster.
Dexterity, huh?
I told you I was
great.
going to make you roll that every possible time.
No.
Oh
Why would
no.
you
He
do
does have
it?
advantage. He does have advantage, so let us pray.
Yeah, but you also have natural
Oh my
disadvantage.
god, that's a nat fucking 20!
Alright, I'm gonna say that's pretty good. Your hands
Dice
shake.
gods. Dice gods.
Oh my god.
Like,
Dice gods know what they want.
I'm just like, you usually have disadvantage on Dex, but you have advantage because you got slapped by Petra, so.
And also because he does have the ring. His ring is
the leg
active
of
this whole
the
game.
ring of fortune.
Yep. So that's a nat
Thank
20,
God.
so
Totally.
you do like a blowtorch thing with one of your fingers, and that you focus really hard, and you get a blue flame that's like hissing coming out, and you hold it over the metal, and you're like, this is gonna get hot. And you slowly start trying to, like, your hand is shaking as you try to move it forward. You're moving it with the other arm, that's how careful you're being. It's still not perfectly working. Like, you can see as the metal, as you break through, like, the first part of the metal, the runes are, like, lighting up and going dark like death throes. And you can see that you are actually starting to burn this creature through the metal. You can see, like, you smell burning bone.
Mm-hmm.
You see it scorch underneath your fingertips. And
Sorry, but I'm almost done.
this creature is gritting its teeth and it's squeezing its stalactite club very, very hard, and you see cracks spreading up it from the handle. And there's like a single tear kind of wells out of the eye.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Mhm.
Almost done.
All right, and you finally get through the whole thing, except, and it's broken. Like the manacle is broken, but it's still wrapped around his leg because you have not pried it open. There aren't any hinges
Okay.
on this thing.
Okay, this is the part where he's just like, all right, I'm gonna try and pry it open, and I'm gonna roll strength
Mm-hmm.
with advantage because of his ring.
8.
Oh,
That's the advantage works.
Oh,
Oh,
dirty
dirty
20.
20!
Uh,
Alright, you try at
Gosh.
first. Like, you try and pull it, but, like, you aren't getting a lot of good... and you're also standing kind of on part of the burn spot. And then you realize what you're doing when he makes, like, a yelp like a dog that's been hit. And,
Oh.
then you readjust yourself, and you're like, okay. Alright. And your eyes glow, and your hands glow, and you grip, and then you pull. And it slowly starts prying apart, and you hear, like, the sound of bending, screeching metal. It's still very, very difficult to do, though, and you need someone to help you.
I can't.
Just,
Shit, I
just,
can't do this alone.
Mm.
I think like Petra's actually gonna like look at March.
Yeah, Star's
Yeah.
looking at March as well.
Yeah,
He
what?
doesn't have bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, March looks at them and just nods, and he stands up and he's gonna go to the entrance of the room and just knock.
And the monster, like, twitches, and, Nora, you're still really working on holding this thing, and you're like, come in! Unless you have
This a
bones!
new person.
March
I
just
think before March gets too far, Petra's actually gonna cast enhance ability on him.
cool.
Wait a
Yeah,
second, though.
for-
She cast a sanctuary on Nora, and that's concentration.
Sanctuary is not concentration.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
March is just gonna give an awkward wave as he walks in.
Mhm.
Hi.
I'm giving you bull strength, which gives you advantage on strength checks.
Thank you. Yeah, March is. Hi, I'm March. I heard you might need help. Hi.
Do you have bones?
I have to. March reaches into his arm and pulls out. You guys remember the fish guts and fish spine he stole?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He takes the fish bones out of his arm. Do you want this?
Yes!
Okay. March just walks over and holds out the fish bones to the guy.
And he like eats them, like, and is just kind of like and you hear it grinding, but like just it's being used as a
Blender
distraction right
noises.
now.
Yeah, while it's eating the fish bones, he's gonna go over to Nora and without hesitating, he's gonna grab the hot manacles, and I'm gonna roll. I guess I'll just straight strength.
Yeah.
I at advantage. That's a dirty 20. Let's see if we can get a nat 20. Nope.
Nope,
Dirty
dirty
20.
20 will do it. Basically, Nora, you're about to lose it because, like, your muscles are kind of giving out. You're working as hard as you can. You've only bent it halfway. It won't go all the way around the ankle. You know this, but you try to get a little more out because you have to let this thing free. It's wrong to keep something in a cage against its will and away from everything it knows. And then your friend comes up behind you and gently nudges you to the side and uses his giant, beefy fucking arms to rip it apart.
For flavor, can I say he's also summoned his other his extra
Yes.
inky arms for
Yes.
this?
Like,
Yes.
several arms attack this thing like black eels attacking a pizza. And it is torn apart. It is ripped apart. Little bits of metal shower everywhere.
Nice.
Child is gripping very hard on Petra.
Yeah. Petra is like doing her best to like keep Child calm. Just like holding up a hand for them to hold if they need it.
And March, You produced so many arms out of your back that you fucked up your shirt.
Man.
Like, you produced so many, like, a bundle of arms emerged like spider legs from your back to help rip this thing apart. And, you now have, like, a giant hole in the back of your shirt. Like, it's just like, you know, like, low-backed dresses?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have a ginormous hole in the back of your shirt!
Huh.
It's barely clinging on because you have so many arms sticking out. The arms are still there.
Does anyone, hey, Graham, Nora, since you're here, do you want to roll insight on March?
Yes, I do actually.
Nora, you look at March, and he has to actually blink and look at all the arms that are coming out of his back, and you see him give them a squinted look before some of them just slowly sink back into his back, and now he just has the usual 6 arms.
An extra one, like, kind of slinks out like a rebellious child and flicks him with a finger. Gives him a little smack and then goes back in.
I'll be honest though, Nor's probably more distracted by the now freed monster, and he's just like, did that work? Holy shit, did we do it? Race?
And the orc is now free, and there's an enormous sort of glowing effect. Like, it's shining and sparkling, and the bone armor is falling like sheafs of ice off of the side of a building during a spring melt. You hear the shattering of, like, glass, of bone, of calcium. As it all falls off, and underneath is left a very normal orc who happens to have 2 heads.
Hi.
Wearing tattered clothes of a bygone era. Both heads are awake right now. Yeah, this orc has long braids that are matted, and you see that, like, the clothes that this orc is wearing were at one point silk and fine, and his big stalactite bone club is now just a normal metal club, and just there's a metal, like a necklace around his neck, and it has the symbol of a curled up dragon on it.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I'm gonna roll hand space again. Cool. March is gonna pull out the boxed lunch.
Aww.
And this 2-headed orc looks up at you, looks a little dizzy, smells this lunch,
March just holds it out, doesn't say anything.
takes it in shaking hands, opens it, and then starts eating it. Like, not in a nice or pretty way. In the no face from Spirited Away, God, I haven't eaten in 50 years type deal.
Yeah.
Snarf, 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 snarf.
He
Yeah,
deserves this.
March looks at Nora and Graham and gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, and he's...
Nor is like, Nora's face down on the ground. He's
This
just
orc
like,
is
"Oh,
openly
I need to
weeping.
do this."
Oh.
And then he says, I can read. I knew how to read and they took it away.
Oh gosh.
I know how to do math. I was the smartest man in the village. I was the mayor.
What?
What?
And
What?
they made me an idiot. They locked me up here
Why?
because I went against them. Because The townspeople, they took the townspeople and they cursed them to work eternally. So I came in here and I killed their head witch and they cursed me. God, I ate my friends. I ate the people I grew up with. And he's crying even as he's still eating. And then he puts the lunch down and he turns around and he barfs. He vomits.
Oh.
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 Fun.
I can't. Oh my god. And the one head that's been crying and blubbering this whole time, just kind of, its eyes roll back in its head and faints. And then the other one kind of takes over, wipes the vomit from both of its mouths, and comes over and says, "Thank you for helping us. I am, or I was the mayor. I am technically the same person as he is. However, he is the emotions, and I am the logic. I keep us safe, and he keeps us happy. The two of us have to work together. And they took me, and they made the logical brain monstrous and emotional. And they took the emotional brain and made him deal with all the thinking and decisions. They say two heads are better than one, unless you're not using them for what they're intended to do." He gets up and he brushes off his legs and he says, I'm sorry for getting sick on you. While we were in that other form, we did some things to survive, and the heart can't take it. The mind understands why we had to do it, of course, but I don't think that... What did you called him Race?
I don't suppose you can tell us your real name now?
I don't remember my name.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
You want to come up with one for yourself then?
I do remember the language that you're using. Race means release.
Kind of looks caught. Yeah, I'm be lucky.
So he looks back and he says, "Is there a name that means to lock?"
Oh, hold on. I am pulling up the Ignan translator. Is this lock, right?
Yeah.
This is like the okay, so to make it clear, the Ignan the actual translations of the words are like really rough and wouldn't sound like very good in common, so Norse kind of like translating them so it sounds marginally better. So he's just like, I think it would be, well, Kia.
That works. I will be Tiak.
Nice to meet you, yeah. And he offers hand.
Tiak takes his hand and shakes it in a very sort of, like, elegant way. You could tell that at one point this orc was, in fact, a town leader and someone who was very, very well educated, just in the way he carries himself, in the way that he shakes your hand, in the way that he tucks his hands behind him when he's finished speaking. Legs, like his feet are shoulder length apart perfectly. His posture is completely like crisp. And Race's posture had been normal, collapsing, completely liquid. The two of them could not be more different, but they're also completely the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tiak says, The heart may not be able to stomach food, but I know the mind knows that we need to eat. And he sits back down with the lunch, and he slowly eats.
I'm just gonna go back to the entrance to basically, you can come out of hiding now.
He's not crying, because he doesn't respond to things like the emotional half of him does, but there's this bone deep sadness in the air that you can feel.
I think Nor just kind of lies down because, he's tired. Like, that was very stressful few moments.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of, like, glances over at Tiak and is just like, the town is still out there.
The
Didn't
town
fully
is
feel-
still... I know the town is... I would have figured that the town would have died. That's good to hear. And the other head starts to, like, rest, like, itself from its holdback, and Tiak visibly holds himself back and says, "That is good. That is good. I am glad that the town exists. Logically, it is good if the town exists, because why is it good that the town exists? I don't remember."
That actually attracts Nor's attention because he was saying that to kind of make Tiak feel better, but then he's just like, his brows kind of furrow and it's like, it's good the town exists because, well, people live in it, right?
That's the reason for a town, but this town... There was something more important about it. It has to exist. It had to. And Tiak shakes his
Don't
head and
force
stands...
yourself too much.
Yeah, Tiak just stands up and then just starts walking out, and he says, I need to see what's changed. I need to assess the situation before I can let race take control. I have to make sure things are safe. I have to see them.
All right. Not to. I don't want to burst your bubble here. And of course you can go out. It's just, I think it might be a good idea for us to go out first and tell them what's happening, so they don't panic.
I thought there's still... I didn't eat all of them? And now Tiak is physically knocked out as Race is awake again. I didn't eat all of them?
No, Race.
I didn't eat all of them! And he, Leroy Jenkins right out the door.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh dear.
We're all going there.
Yeah, and like as he's starting past, like Petra's like, oh, okay, and like backing up and making sure, they don't get bowled over.
Yeah, he's physically huge. He fills the entire hallway. So, thunk, 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 thunk. Like, he doesn't fill the entire hallway because he's smaller now that he isn't cursed. Like, he's just the size of a regular orc, which is about 7 foot and 4 feet across.
It's so really big.
Exactly. Beforehand, he was 14 feet by, like, 8.
Oh. Big.
He was a large boy, yes.
I think Nor just kind of like rolls over and looks at March and is just like, March, can you carry me?
Roll persuasion.
Please, like... And he does have advantage on this thing through the ring. Wait, that didn't register the advantage, okay. Well...
You see March, kind of look up at the ceiling, go, okay. And he's gonna be, and he was gonna carry you anyways, I'm just fucking with you. He'll pick Nora up and carry you.
Nora's tired, like, you know that thing where once the adrenaline wears off, you just crash?
Yeah. They'll also, actually, March is gonna pause and also look over at Graham.
Yeah. Graham's good. They just do a little vague end thing. It's just like, no, I'm fine.
March would raise an eyebrow. He tilts his head a little bit, like, "You sure? I have him on your shoulder."
No, I'm good. Don't worry.
Okay, and yeah, March will continue carrying just Nor.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that the people who were hanging out in the hallway get up to the surface first, which means Petra and the child are the ones who are there first when they go up after them. And what you two see is
I do want to say that like the child has like
Star's also with them.
Yeah, and
yes.
Star. Sorry,
Don't forget Star. the child is no longer on Petra's back. Like they're still walking next to her, but they climbed down. They didn't want to be on her anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Petra does offer like a hand for holding if they need it.
They look at the hand and then look away. They don't take it.
Yeah, that's fair. Petra just nods in understanding.
Okay, so basically all three of you, like once you get up there, you see Race just sort of holding one of the skeletons in his arms. It is not moving. It's frozen in the pose it had before, which was startled and with one hand up. Race is holding Carol.
Oh,
March is gonna
careful.
March is gonna close it. March is gonna close his eyes and then cover Nor's.
Why am
I thought it was Star and Petra and the
Oh,
child.
Yeah.
I was thinking they were all. Never mind.
Yeah. Petra's gonna pipe up like, you wanna cover your eyes? They can't. And like as she's saying like this, she's covering her own eyes.
Yeah,
And
Star's covering theirs and the child's.
Race is just holding her and like begging, please don't. I know you can. Are you there? Carol, please.
Hey, you gotta listen to me, Raise. You gotta. They have a curse on them. You gotta close your eyes in order for them to talk.
And just like you see Race close his eyes and like tears are still coming out, and Carol comes back to life with like a gasp, even though she doesn't even have to breathe. She's a skeleton. It's for effect.
Mm-hmm.
And she just says, oh my gosh, oh. What? Hark?
When?
And Race is just like, I don't know. Hark, what should I listen to? I don't know. Carol, you're alive. And they're hugging. She's like, no, that's your name. Your name is Hark. What is... And they sit there for a long time, and March and Nor and Graham come up the stairs.
Yeah, the moment March comes up and sees what's happening, he's like, whoop, and he immediately turns around.
Graham also puts a hand on their eye.
And just after a while, Race gets up, and Tiak wakes, and at the same time they both said, apparently our name is Hark.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Hi, Hark.
Hi, Hark.
This is
Star waves.
this is Carol, and before the witches showed up, we were gonna get married.
Oh.
Immediately starts bawling. You can't do
You know what
this
that
to
means?
us.
Double wedding.
Oh my gosh.
And with that, basically what you guys have learned is that, yes, this place is super cursed. Yes, you have unlocked the next set of exploratory dungeon chambers, and you've unlocked some fucking backstory for the people who were here before, the current, Dreamers Cresters.
The witches sucked. That's what we've learned.
Yep.
Witches suck shit.
Yep.
Nor just raises a hand from like Marsh's shoulders and it's like, so we can all agree that witches suck, right?
Mhm.
Definitely.
Carol's just like, no arguing here. And
Oh, yeah,
Scout's just like, hey, none of you got eaten! And Hark immediately switches to race and is bawling.
Oh,
Oh
Oh no.
hi, Carol. Gonna need a shirt.
And with that, you guys have got some broken metal that you have collected from a giant fucking manacle.
Mm-hmm.
That is your reward for this. Is the metal from the manacle is enough to make one children's slide.
Oh my god.
no! Oh my god!
The children
just
don't.
Sorry, I just want to note. Sorry. Just with that, it was saved. Star's no longer there. Star is going back. I don't know if anyone has noticed or not.
Hmm.
I think like honestly, like when they've all returned and like I assume the metal has to be melted down to be repurposed, right?
Yeah.
Nor is just like, oh wait, let me do that, and he's very, very gleefully like melting it down.
God.
You guys have all returned to town. Nor is fucking melting this iron like it owes him money.
Yeah, we look over to him, and he has the most like sadistic look there.
And
say on the way,
Opposite.
I do want to say on the way back, March has offered his hat for Star to sit on.
Yeah, he's just sitting up there, and I would say he's very quiet, but that's kind of a given. But you get the feeling that this is more quiet than normal.
Uni, what are you rolling for?
The child is trying to. When they get back to town, the child tries to slip away. Doesn't do a very good job. So you see them, heading off to a different part of town from everybody else.
Oh, baby.
Petra very pointedly pretends not to have noticed.
Baby.
Nora's too busy melting.
Graham is also kind of just vibing.
Hark came back to town with you guys and is now Tiak is now trying to lose himself in work. Yeah, he's started arranging stone and working on one of the dilapidated houses that now has a sign that says soon to be post office with a smiley face on it.
Did he at least get new clothes? Did someone make him new clothes, please?
Not yet. He is still working in his old raggedy clothes.
Oof.
Hold on,
wait,
I'm
hold on,
saying if Graham notices this, and we'll do something about it.
I was gonna say March already has to get his own shirt fixed, so he's he was already gonna go to Lavender and be like, 1, I need a shirt. 2, Hark needs a shirt.
Yeah, Graham, like with an agent, I think Graham came with March to save this. And will probably help a little.
Yeah.
I think at some point Petra's gonna like actually go looking for Grim. Not now, but as soon as they're available.
They're always available.
Before she goes though, Nora's actually gonna pause in his stuff melting to look at Petra and she's like, hey Petra, come here for a sec.
Everyone is looking for everyone.
Okay. Petra like awkwardly looks around before she starts walking over to where Nor is.
Yeah, he is still like very slowly like melting the cops like they personally offend him. And he kind of looks at like Petra, and like he looks a little more serious, and he's just like, I think I might have burned their foot getting the manacle off. Mind taking a look at that?
Oh yeah, Petra perks up at that and is like, oh, right. Yeah, I can get a look at that. And can I roll insight on Nor real fast?
You can.
Okay.
I can hear the smiley face in your voice.
Mm-hmm. That's a 23 from
Cool.
Petra.
Come here.
Hee 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 hee.
Dang it.
No.
Aw, boo.
Yeah,
Fucking
he's
don't you love
aside,
it, vintage?
yeah. Aside from how aggressively he's melting the cups, I mean, he seems fine. Like, now that you think about it, he handled that pretty well. He's probably just mad at the cups because, like, come on, who wouldn't be mad?
I think, like, as Petra's, like, watching Nor go to town on these pecking things, she is at one point just gonna, like, gently put her hand on his shoulder. And she doesn't really say anything. It's just, like, a silent offer of, yeah. Yeah.
Kind of looks at her hand on his shoulder and then looks at Petra and is just like, okay, will you check on the burn now? He does not get it.
That's fair. Oh. Yeah, Petra's gonna go check on the burn on Heart.
Welcome to Toonkind D&D, where every single character has and like wiggle a little bit trauma.
Yeah. Just mention that Star has gone to go aggressively cut down trees when they go back to the village.
Yeah, handshake Nor and Star aggression.
So March and Hark are inside of the tailor's shop, and because he has been dragged away from his work, and Lavender is currently measuring him, and he's a big boy.
Big boy.
Him big boy.
Big
And
boy.
Lavender is just like, man, I'm gonna need a lot of fabric for this. I might have to
Sorry.
make an order, but I think I have enough here if you don't mind the color white.
March blinks.
Not for you. I can fix your shirt without any extra fabric. It's mainly what did you it's mainly Tiak's shirt that needs the fabric, and Lavender goes upstairs and comes back down with a sheet, like a bed sheet.
March blinks again.
This is actually Lavender's bed sheet. She has come down and repurposed it because someone desperately needs clothing. And she draws the pattern on, and she makes sure to like sew it up, and it takes about an hour or two, but she finishes it up, and then now Hark has a new shirt.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Yay!
Hark does not seem to react to this beyond I need to get back to work. I've been still for too long.
God. I'm just sitting there.
This is probably when Petra comes in real fast to check over leg before they can start working again.
It's fine.
You come here.
It's fine. It helps keep me awake. Don't touch it.
If March and Graham were there to deliver, sure. Are they also here to see this?
Yeah.
Cool. Guess what March is gonna do? I'm gonna roll strength. March is gonna pick him up and start carrying him towards the inn.
And Hark he's a big boy.
And
so
so is
you're gonna need to contest that shit.
Does March still have advantage from Petra's thing, actually?
Yeah, he would.
That's
he
a
would
24.
still
That's a
have
nat
advantage.
20.
I'm rolling with the
Oh.
advantage from the picture thing.
Even with a nat 20, that's not gonna beat it. You have a +3.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
a
sitting
nat
there.
20. Hark rips himself out of your grip, and he's huge and he's muscular, and you get the idea as to like you suddenly understand why they decided to turn him into a monster. It's because he's 2 steps away from already being one.
Oh.
I think Nor like pauses in the melting of the cups and is just like, please, Heart, just go have that looked at and take a rest.
I
Those
deserve
things-
this. And it's race now. It's very clearly race.
No, you don't.
I
Literally,
deserve
you-
this. I hurt so many people.
Yeah, you didn't even try to eat me when I lied to you and said I didn't have bones.
Well, I
And
didn't
that-
know you had bones.
Well, you still didn't eat me. You didn't eat everyone. That counts as something, right? And don't wear yourself into the ground. What was her name again? Carol, right? Didn't you say you both were going to get married or something?
And you see like the indecision. And March, with that, you're able to take Hark's hand and like gently lead him.
Yeah. March doesn't try to pick him up. This time he just takes his hand and just goes, I haven't tried the beds, but I think they're really comfy.
So with that, March, you lead him into the inn. You see as he sits down on a bed that is entirely too small for him because he's a big boy.
Oh.
It's almost comedic, except for the fact that he just kind of sits on the bed and it sinks under his weight. And he crosses
March
his
go-
arms and he holds his head in his hands and he breathes.
Can March go to one of the rooms and grab one of the other beds to bring in?
Yeah, you double up the beds, and then like this just switches to Hark having lying down, looking extremely tired, but like he could never sleep.
Hmm.
And with
Okay,
that, we move over to the child. Hey, child, how are you doing?
The child has curled up behind the building that everyone made, and next to where they all sign their names, and they're sort of tracing after the signatures left there with what nail.
Those signatures are almost kind of like there's an empty spot, and you can see it. It's just about the size of your hand, your tiny baby hand. But you don't know what to put there. You don't know if you deserve to put something there, or if you should, or if you should just leave it. You don't know if you're good enough, or bad enough, or... Just kind of look at it.
And curl up with their knees pulled up under their chin and just sit and lean onto the wall and just don't know what to do.
And you just kind of sit with that in the shade of a tree outside the store, with the dappled sunlight falling across your face. The breeze kind of moves as the sun... You are inside the mountain for a while. The sun is slowly sinking down towards the horizon, and things are painted in sunset oranges and purples and yellows. They reflect off of your eyes like just like, have you ever seen a ruby catching the light? And you think about all the importance that people put on names, all the things that people have called you, all the things that they've called that creature who is in so much pain. You're not quite sure what to think about any of it. You're just thinking about it, and the empty spot on the wall where your handprint could go. And that's the end of today's episode!
Gotta kill you both.
Okay.
Oh man, oh man.
Okay.
I'm just sitting there.
Just sitting
Could could I maybe ask for real quick for a scene with Graham and Petra? Because
Yes, of
yes.
course. Also, Uni, was that a good scene?
That was good.
Did I do
that
good?
was extremely good. I'm feeling things and I'm crying.
Same.
When
Me asking for approval like a golden retriever who really wants a pat.
Pat you gently on the head.
Just like, did I do good?
Yes, you did.
Alright.
yeah.
So that's the end of it, and then we go through like quiet like anime like credits. And then like a little like 30-second after piece comes on. And Petra and Graham are just kind of sitting next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Petra is kind of starting this off a little awkwardly because she doesn't know how to present this.
Graham is just sitting there, man.
Mm-hmm. Graham, you.
Yes.
I'm gonna come right out and say it. I can't read. And I feel like. And like she kind of like looks towards like the direction of the mountain wherever they're sitting.
Mm-hmm.
And you know a lot about this curse stuff, right? From what I understand.
Yes.
You
want me to teach you how to read?
Well, yes, that, and I feel like if this town has been here before, there might be information about stuff from before. I don't know where we would find it or anything, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, we can ask Tia.
We could. But I think I want to wait for a bit before we spring that sort of question on her.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long day. And I think we all need a bit of a break, considering the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I know I need one.
Well, for today, you go rest. And then tomorrow, if you're up for it, we can start. I can start teaching you everything you want. Sounds good?
Sounds good. Thank you. And I think with that, Petra's gonna get up and like give Grim like an awkward pat on the shoulder. Just like 2 rough pats, and then
awkward sibling hug
starts.
Also, that's the funniest. Hey, that's the funniest shit because at no point did I said that Graham turned back, so there's still a slide.
It's fine. It's fine. Petra's used to this. She pats March on the shoulder all the time. This is no different.
Wonderful.
Actually, before we end this game, hey, Kendall, if you're still here, can I do something with Star real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So you say that Star is like chopping trees down in the forest, right?
Yep. In fact, little fact, he's currently raging right now.
Oh,
fun.
Oh no.
I think like after some time has passed, while Star is like in the middle of chopping trees in the forest, he will notice Nor, like kind of like in a clearing, kind of like crouched down a little.
I think they'll pause and sort of make a "you okay" sort of gesture at him.
Why don't you roll a perception for?
All right.
Let's
15.
see. You will notice that you will notice that there are like blackened footprints leading up to where Nor is, and there's fire like licking up the trees that are near him. It's not burning them, but it is like licking up, and he looks like he looks really tense. Like all his concentration is on not like burning the trees up, and he kind of like glances up behind Star and kind of like throws back the question in their face, like, "Are you okay?" In kind
You
of a if you don't want to talk about your feelings, then you probably guess how I feel right now.
yeah,
Oh.
you're welcome to make a perception if you would like.
A what?
A perception or insight in return if you would like.
The same modifier, but I do have advantage. Can't forget that sweet, sweet advantage. 15.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. That's definitely enough to notice that there's tears sort of rolling down his face. And I think with that he'll just like bring like some of the wood over and pass it to Noah and just sit next to him in like solidarity. Like, yeah, no, neither of us want to talk about this, but we're not okay.
Yeah,
No.
Nor picks up one of this, like, holds it for a second, and then just chucks it into like the flames there, like flames. And again, it's not burning. Like you can very clearly tell that like it's only not burning because Nor isn't willing it to right now. It's like willing it not to. It's just so much everywhere. I want to burn this.
What did you say,
Vamp?
Vamp? I think you cut out
Yes.
during that.
He muttered under his breath that he hated this so much that every place is the same and they just want to burn this whole place to the ground.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Star just gives him a pat on the back, like a yeah. Not in the wanting to burn the whole place to the ground, but um the yeah, again, solidarity. Yeah, it's not great.
Weh. Okay.
And that's all I have right now.
Okay.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh.
Don't think about the simmering rage that Nor is feeling right now.
Hmm. Okay.
Well. All right.
Big gas hands.
Maybe
Everyone's
don't
having a
do
good time.
arson. You just spent a lot of time rebuilding this town.
Listen, he is like literally like holding himself back from literally like setting himself on fire in rage because he is mad. Like, Al, you know Northstar. You know
I
why
do,
he's
and that's
mad.
why I did this on purpose.
Oh. Okay.
Fucking gunpoint.
Okay.
I did it on purpose because I got a couple of requests for today's episode. So I worked them in there, and then I thought about everybody's backstories, and I was like, what can I do
That's
here to make
fun.
everyone upset?
Oh, it definitely worked.
Yep.
It sure
So I'm just like, how many soft spots can I hit at once?
Bunks you.
Oh, you hit so many.
hit North.
Yep.
I
I was
might have
like,
hit
I'll
Petra's, but I'm not gonna say anything.
yeah, I was like, I'll try and hit Nor. This might get Petra. This might get Child a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it got Petra, but Petra's staying quiet.
Might get Star. And then I'm
Yeah,
like, not
there
sure
was
about
one
Graham.
very specific part
No.
that got Star.
For now, Graham is fine.
I
It's fine.
I don't like the 4 now.
Don't worry about it. Anyways.
I mean, at least he hasn't. At least they. I actually caught myself this time. At least they
Good
aren't.
job.
At least they aren't. You know, like the others.
Uh-huh.
Marsh
Wait.
needs a new shirt.
Yeah. Specifically, you were like, "Hey, can you fuck up March's shirt?" And I'm just like, "Yes."
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
That was my thing that I wanted to.
Yeah. Like some of it was like people were like, "Hey, can you work this in there?" Or like whatever. Can we have some juicy like mountain trauma? And I'm just like, "All right, cool." And then other bits of it is, "Hey, can you wreck his shirt?"
Wait. Oh, can I ask you something real quick?
Go ahead.
What would have happened if Nor had failed his persuasion rolls, or they couldn't have managed to get the manacle off in time and aggroed?
Hark would have, you would have had to physically fight him and kill him. And you wouldn't have heard any of that backstory.
Oh, fun. Okay.
I am so glad I am so glad you did not fail the persuasion.
Yep.
I'm glad that Nora insisted on being the non-murder hobo.
Yep. So I'm like, this works if you want a murder hobo, or if you don't want a murder hobo.
Like, Nor had a reason to like if you remember back there, I actually rolled a d2 because Nor was like, before he caught sight of that manacle, like as soon as he caught up sight of the manacle,
Oh,
he was
yep.
like,
Oh, there was noise. We did not hear any of that.
that wasn't from me.
Oh, who is that then?
I think it might have been me. I'm sorry.
It's
All
okay.
good.
Before he caught sight of the manacle, he was literally like on the fence. Like he only went to talk to this guy because he knew it was what someone would have wanted him to do. But then he saw the manacle, and then literally after that, like the guy could have attacked him, and he'd still have tried to get it off.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
And now I'm going to end the recording.
Yep.
Thank
Hey,
you
thanks
so
for
much.
listening. Welcome to Mountain Trauma.
Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Again, if you feel like if you ever feel like I'm over DMing or whatever and not letting you guys have enough like room to wiggle, let me know because I want to know.
You're doing wonderful.
I'm just like I can't always tell because it's that ADHD feel, I guess.
Yeah. No, you're doing great. Trust me. At
That's
least
good.
for me, I think like this game went really well, and it was honestly one of the first times you've seen like what this party can do together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you all came to play. I'm glad for everyone who came to listen in. I hope I made at least one of you cry a little.
Oh, you sure did. Oh, you sure did. I'm okay. But also, ow.
Have a great day, okay? Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.